So yeah, yes, we are visible now. So what I was saying, if you guys ask me, Jainism is as a topic, as a discipline, ancient Indian history में it is much ignored, right? So there was a very viral post yesterday. In 2 days से viral चल रहा है. LinkedIn में the story of छोले भटूरे है ना. You guys have had छोले भटूरे. तो that second first chole bhature is the best one. Second chole bhature है ना, this is the destined ill child जो बोलते हैं ना, it is very unfortunate one because that first chole bhature होता है ना, गरम गरम होता है एकदम, and you went outside and you wanted to have this chole bhature, you were very eager to have, है ना, आपका appetite था छोले भटूरे खाने के लिए, and you delicious था, you ravished it completely. and एक छोले भटूरे होने के बाद जो second छोले भटूरे होते हैं ना, ये थोड़ा ठंडा हो गया, right? It is now not that much hot and आपका भर गया अभी पेट. now you're realizing that 200-300 calories, 120 plus calories अभी आपने you have gulped it up. The second chole bhature is very unfortunate one आपके लिए भी, and for that chole bhature as well. This is now, it is now cold, not as hot and karare as the first one. So if you ask me, that Jainism is the second chole bhature and second bhature, and the Buddhism is the first bhature, right? So ये mistake हो रहा है. This is the phenomenon. We'll not do that. We'll learn Jainism. So Jainism complete करना था. तो पहले क्लास में क्या बोला था? The philosophies and all, the madhyamika philosophy हो गया, those philosophies थोड़ा that doesn't come in ancient history में नहीं आता है, right? It comes in art and culture. बट फिर भी हीनयाना हो गया, महायाना हो गया, एंड सेवरल अदर फिलोसफीज वी हैव गॉन थ्रू देम, विच इज़ सफिशिएंट अभी आपके प्रीलिम्स के लिए. बट वी विल डू मोर डीप डाइविंग मेंस के लिए. आई सेड इन आर्ट एंड कल्चर फिलोसफी क्लासेस में हम करेंगे, बट मैक्सिमम हमने कवर कर चुके. तो जैनिज्म बच गया था. So we are doing Jainism today. Jainism we will learn it in a very comprehensive way. There is a lot of things to unpack, and these two religions, very important religions, it might seem very similar, but बहुत ज़्यादा differences है guys. There is too much differences with respect to the philosophies itself, with respect to God itself, with respect to soul हो गया, the women itself, everything. It is very different. And so we will unpack the Jainism today, but we will learn in a non-linear way, है ना. थोड़ा non-linear way of storytelling होता है. Christopher Nolan does this in his movies. थोड़ा non-linear way में पढ़ाई करने की कोशिश करते हैं. Let us start simple. थोड़ा philosophies जान लेते हैं इसका. थोड़ा let us do the setting up thing. So let us not neglect Jainism. That's what I'm saying. Jainism. So and guys, this is not philosophy class. I can do philosophy classes as well, but नहीं करते हैं. Not needed. GS के लिए not needed. तो let us build these models, है ना. Untrue, unpractical, non-existing models build करते. By using these models, these examples, let us understand the Jainism philosophy, the faith of Jainism. ठीक है. The first one, Jainism believes in. Will come starting भी करते हैं. Who was Mahavira? Where was he born? उनके पिताजी मम्मी जी कौन थे? All those things we will do. But let us non-linear way में करते हैं बस. मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. By the end of 60 minutes, 2 p.m. तक you would be understanding everything about Jainism. Dual reality. What is dual reality? There is something called as Jiva, and there is something called as Ajiva. Jiva means what? Jiva means the living. Ajiva means non-living. And everything is इसमें जीवा, everything, all of these is trapped by something called as karma. And this also we will discuss. What is the interpretation of karma by Buddhism and Jainism? दोनों का अलग है. ठीक है. Karma means your deeds according to Buddhism. आपका deeds, आपके कर्म जो बोलते हैं ना, आपके deeds, good deeds, bad deeds, it is karma. But according to Jainism, it is actually existing entities. है ना. These are substances in the universe. सब कुछ unpack होगा, बस patience रखना, सब कुछ unpack होगा. Just keep following and keep writing as well. These substances in the universe, and this gets attached to your soul, karma. This gets attached to your soul. Why it attached to your soul? Let me give an example. Imagine every time you lie or you cheat, you commit a sin or you hurt somebody, your soul may there is a visible spot appears, right? A visible spot appears. How would you clean it? Jainism says that this karma, this visible spot ही karma है. Why? Because of incorrect understanding of the Jainism principles. We are building fake models, incorrect models, but correct ही है, but थोड़ा it is not that appropriate as, because philosophy ना, like it is very difficult to explain. So I don't want to give you superficial classes. NCERT classes में नहीं देना चाहता हूँ. I want to take you to the next level. तो because UPSC it is not horizontal way में नहीं पूछ रहा है. Now we have to they are asking questions vertically as well. So that's why we have to learn it that way. तो this karma विजिबल स्पॉट आ जाते हैं आपके सोल पर. वाई? बिकॉज ऑफ द इनकरेक्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स ऑफ द टीचिंग्स ऑफ जैनिज्म. और सिंपल वे में इनकरेक्ट वे ऑफ लिविंग, योर लाइंग, योर चीटिंग, योर सिन, आप अल्ट कर रहे हो, इसीलिए ये मार्क्स आ जाते हैं आपके शरीर पे, आपके सोल पर. दिस इज व्हाट कर्मा इज, है ना. तो इसका हाउ डू वी, सो दिस लेड टू द बिलीव दैट कर्मा इज रियल एंड इट इज अ बाइंडिंग सब्सटेंस. कर्मा क्या है? This is the difference between karma interpretation, Jainism and Buddhism. Karma क्या है? Karma is a real binding substance. Okay, that must, and the binding substance, this visible spot को आपको इसको burn off करना है through discipline, through extreme austerity. state को आपको बर्न करना है. दिस इज द फर्स्ट फिलोसफी. नाउ वी विल कम बैक टू दिस फिलोसफी. थोड़ा और इसमें डीप डाइव करना है हमको. Now second, God. Now don't get me wrong. Jainism talks about gods. Even there are some subsects of Jainism which we will read today. They actually do idol worship as well. Gods हैं, right? There are gods, but there is no creator God. Jainism में God हैं, but creator God नहीं है. They deny a creator, है ना. They say that universe को कोई creator God ने create नहीं किया है. That universe has no beginning, no end. There is no divine maker नहीं है. There is no maker of the universe, right? So what it is saying, Jainism जो बोलता है ना, this entire universe जो है, this entire universe is run by something called as natural laws and not divine will, है ना. And which one feels more empowering? Subjective interpretation, ठीक है. According to Jainism, it feels more empowering that you are believing that आपका fate है ना, it is not decided by some higher power, that you have to shape it entirely yourself through discipline, through austerity, है ना, through asceticism. तो these are some of the core ideas. तो नाउ लेट अस थोड़ा स्टोरी समझते हैं, कहानी समझते हैं अबाउट. जस्ट गाइस, आई एम गेटिंग वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉल. आई वोंट टेक मोर देन 40 seconds. आई प्रॉमिस यू. जस्ट गिव मी 40 seconds. I'm really sorry about that. अभी से there won't be any disruptions or any distractions. तो non-stop अभी पढ़ाई करते हैं. Okay. So now we are understanding. Let थोड़ा stories समझते हैं like in a story format में, so that this complicated philosophical concepts थोड़ा relatable बन जाए. That's why. Okay. So now what we are studying. We are studying the Jaina doctrine, the Jainism doctrine. And guys, can you tell me which one is my question is which one is older? Is the Jaina doctrine older or Buddhism older? Which one is more older? Which one is more ancient?
Jaina is more ancient, sir, with compare.
Very good, sir. Very good. Jaina doctrine is much older than Buddhist one, but precisely बोल नहीं सकते हैं how old it is. But in Rigveda talks about it, mentions the names about some of the Tirthankaras. We'll see which Tirthankaras names are mentioned in Rigveda. This could be a MCQ question as well. So Jaina doctrine is much older, but Buddha and Mahavira both were contemporaries, and both similarities थे उनके teaching में. Like they rejected the authority of the Veda and renunciate करो, human effort डालो, तभी आपको मोक्ष मिलेगा. All these things are there. But ठीक है. But Jaina doctrine is much older. So what is Jaina? Jaina means what? The word Jaina means the follower of Jina. Jina का follower. Jina कौन होता है? Jaina is a follower of the Jina. And who is this Jina? Jina is a victor, a person who has achieved victory. That is a person who is having infinite knowledge. A person who is having infinite. इसको क्वांटिफाई करते हैं. What is this infinite knowledge and all? अभी infinite knowledge. And what he does, Jina means what? Is a victor, is having infinite knowledge. Also he teaches others how to achieve moksha. This is the term. If they are asking about moksha, it is not Buddhism, it is Jainism. Moksha, that is, what does this moksha means? Guys, can you tell me what is moksha? Moksha क्या होता है?
सर वो जीवी जन्म मरण के वो साइकिल से आजादी हो जाना.
Brilliant. Liberation from the cycle of, very good guys. Liberation from the cycle of rebirth, right? Tirthankara. Now Tirthankara. What do you guys mean by the word Tirthankara? Similar है, Jina and Tirthankara similarly, but subtle differences है. Differences नहीं है. It is extending what the meaning of Jina. What is Tirthankara, guys? Tirthankara क्या होता है?
I'm just taking a guess, sir. Probably who worships God in statue in idol form. Tirth, basically.
Okay, बस ये another word है. I think is Pranshu here?
Yes, sir.
Pranshu, can you enlighten us Tirthankara क्या होता है? Because Pranshu का she's Pranshu Jain first of all, and secondly उनका optional philosophy है. That's why.
So they are the enlightened beings and who are basically like teachers only. So they teach us how to attain liberation.
Very good. ठीक है.
Yes.
Right. Similar to Jina, but इनका थोड़ा we'll take it little bit further. This Tirthankara is another word for Jina, and it also means is a ford builder.
Sir, may I?
Sure. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, what I know is they create the bondage between the birth and death. Like they're like a holy bridge maker between the birth and death to attain liberation.
You are almost right. If ford means what? If ford means again the what they meant that time is different than what we are talking now. Thoda I don't want to go too much deep. Philosophy classes नहीं बना, but समझो ये bridge है. Sir was almost right. Bhagat sir was almost right. Bridge है. What does this? He builds this bridge. Tirthankara is a ford maker. This Tirthankara built this bridge. Why? To help people cross the ocean of suffering. Cross the ocean of suffering. That is liberation दिलाता है दूसरे लोगों को. That is what Tirthankara is. Exact meaning. Tirthankara is a ford builder. Ford मतलब bridge build कर रहे हैं across an ocean of suffering, so that other people can cross this ocean. And they can get enlightened, they can get moksha. This is what. So और एक थोड़ा complicated थोड़ा एक concept देखते हैं. So according to Jaina, that time is a fascinating thing, guys. I had read one book once. I don't remember the name of the book. The same plant is grown at two different locations, at the base of the mountain and at the top of the mountain. They both of them are provided the same amount of nutrition and all, but they both grow at different time cycle. I know this one grows a bit earlier, this one at the top of the. So time is relative. Time is a fascinating concept, and they have given, the Jainism philosophy gives a very fascinating concept about time. They say that entire time consists of endless sequences of half cycles. ठीक है, इसको अच्छे से समझना, बिकॉज इतना डीप नहीं आएगा, बट ये टर्म्स आएंगे. दिस टर्म्स कैन कम इन योर MCQs, and these half cycles are called as, either it is Utsarpinis, otherwise it is called as Avasarpinis. Now they can ask, Utsarpinis, Avasarpinis is related to which religion? है ना, ऐसे आ सकता है. They will not ask. So Utsarpinis basically means it is more happiness or progressive happiness, and Avasarpinis is called as regressive happiness. And these are half cycle. This is half cycle number 1, half cycle number 2. Now don't ask me what is this half cycle. For the love of God, I don't know. Right? If I knew Ardha Magadi Prakrit, I would have even read the Angas, Upangas and all. But I don't know. So I cannot, झूठ नहीं बोल सकता. I cannot give you fake interpretations. तो नहीं पता. Half cycle, is it 100 years, is it 200 years, 1000 years, I don't know. But it endless बोलते, but I can tell you this endless sequence of time. तो each half cycles, Utsarpani में, each half cycle of Avasarpanis, that is Avasarpani means less happiness, Utsarpanis means more happiness. In each of these half cycle, there will be 24 Tirthankaras. Okay, there will be 24 Tirthankaras. हमारे अभी करंट हाफ साइकिल चल रहा है, इट इज अवसर्पनीस चल रहा है, रिग्रेसिव हैप्पीनेस चल रहा है. एंड इस करंट अवसर्पनी का रिग्रेसिव इस 24 इस हाफ साइकिल का फर्स्ट तीर्थंकर था ऋषभदेव थे. ठीक है, सो बस इसको समझना है. इसको इफ आई जस्ट टेल अवसर्पनी से होता है, उत्सर्पनी से होता है, यू माइट हैव फॉरगॉटन इट व्हेन द एग्जाम कम्स. दैट इज व्हाई थोड़ा स्टोरी बोलना जरूरी था.
So it's like our Hinduism, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga, like that.
Yes. Very good, sir. Something similar to that. But it's really इसमें movies बना सकते हैं ना, web series बना सकते हैं. So that's what our Indian directors should do. We are churning out very mediocre stories these days, right? We should go back to our roots. तो जिन्ना कौन है? So थोड़ा इसको और थोड़ा let us expand our knowledge of जिन्ना. Jinnah is considered is a human being. Again, Jinnah is considered as, my brain just ran ahead. Human being है. He has superhuman insight होता है, superhuman knowledge होता है Jinnah को. And they say that Jinnah का body होता है ना, it is adamantine body, मतलब extremely hard होता है, brilliant होता है, like a diamond. And he also, again one term, Jainism and Buddhism में these terms are very important. ये terms आ सकते हैं MCQs में. They possess this Jinnah. We are talking about Jinnah, okay? Jinnah, the enlightened one, the मोक्ष प्राप्त जिन्होंने किया है Jinnah. तो this Jinnah possesses something called as Avadignana. Avadignana means superhuman cognition or psychic power, superhuman. They can foresee the future events. ठीक है. दिस इज अबाउट जिना. तो जिना को यहाँ स्टॉप करते हैं, बिकॉज मुझे ये टर्म लाना था. अवधिज्ञाना मतलब सुपर ह्यूमन पावर्स, सुपर ह्यूमन कॉग्निटिव पावर्स, साइकिक पावर्स होता है. सो वाई नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कम्स, वी विल इसको और सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं. लेट अस लर्न द NCERT वे एज वेल, सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ दिस क्लास में. अभी थोड़ा हम डीप डाइव कर रहे हैं. नाउ वर्धमाना महावीरा. ठीक है, वर्धमाना महावीरा. इसका like he was born into a aristocratic family, just like how Buddha was born, Siddhartha was born. So Vardhamana, let us write the name Vardhamana. This is the future Mahavira. When he is born, he was Vardhamana. Future Mahavira, abhi Mahavira he has not become, right? He was born into an aristocratic Kshatriya background. उनके पापा थे Siddhartha was a chief, है ना, the chief, the monarch of Gnatri clan करके Gnatri clan, and his mummy was Trishala. So these were some of the things. So no, one important thing is we have to discuss. We talk about when we talk about Ahimsa, we can we perceive Ahimsa from Buddhism and Jainism, but this Ahimsa is more prominent, more emphasized in Jainism. Itna emphasized that is Vardhamana, it displayed extraordinary concern for Ahimsa, that is non-injury. This is the last story. After that, let's go to the academics. Okay, in NCERTs को चलते हैं. So when he was in his mummy's womb, मम्मा के womb में थे, त्रिशाला के womb में थे, just to not cause her injury or ahimsa, just to not cause her any kind of discomfort, he didn't move at all. He stayed still in the womb for months together. And his mummy Trishala was she was very much concerned. अरे ये तो dead हो गया क्या? Is he dead or what? She feared him dead actually. Then to assure her that no, I am not dead, I am still alive, I don't want to cause you any kind of discomfort, it just moved slightly. So this is the level of ahimsa, non-injury. So बोलते हैं ना, when we are discussing about the differences between Buddhism and Jainism, थोड़ा extreme है. That austerity is थोड़ा extreme. यहाँ से आ रहे हैं. Now you can relate it. कहाँ से आ रहा है? Right. ठीक है. Now let us go to the Jainism का थोड़ा concepts समझते. Concepts in the sense. Let us understand some facts and all. ठीक है. Facts be important है. When he was born, etc. ठीक है. So we know that 24 Tirthankaras in each half cycle. So the first Tirthankara, can anyone tell me who was the first Tirthankara?
Rishabh.
Another name of Rishabdev? Adinath. And he was the establisher of the Ishq Vaku dynasty, they say. And Ajit was the second Tirthankara. Second Tirthankara is not important, but the 22nd Tirthankara is Neminatha, and the 23rd Tirthankara is Parsvanatha. Okay. Now, and the 24th one, we know it is Vardhamana Mahavira. Okay. And where was Mahavira born? Mahavira was born in Kundagrama in Vaishali, Bihar in 540 BC. TK. We know, and his spouse was Yashoda. And at the age of 30, Vardhamana left his home and he becomes an ascetic. And for 12 years, he lived the life of an ascetic, and he followed severe austerities. And in the 13th year of his asceticism, that is, he was 42 years then, right? 42 years, he attained Kaivalya. That is supreme knowledge. Okay. He was also called as Jina, he was called as Mahavira, he is called as Nigrantha as well. Okay. And who were the contemporary kings of Vardhamana Mahavira? Bimbisara, Ajatashatru. And where did he die? Finally, in 468 BC, at the age of 72, he died at Pava. It is also called as Papa in the Ardhamagadi Prakrit literature. It's called as, but basically it's Pava. It is in Patna district, contemporary Patna district, Bihar. He died at the age of 72. So itna, these are the basic NCERT. अभी थोड़ा let us go little bit थोड़ा deep dive करते हैं on the philosophies. थोड़ा core philosophies समझ लेते हैं. ठीक है. Now the Atman, the soul. Core philosophies. Now we are doing the core philosophies. Atman, the soul. That is, every living being possesses a soul. है ना? Every living being, that is Jiva, possesses the soul. And inherently ये pure होता है. Now second one, karma. We have done all these things already. Karma, ये क्या होता है? It is not the deeds and all. वो deeds नहीं है आपका. It is fine. एक material substance है. Fine material substance that attaches to your soul बिकॉज ड्यू टू योर आपका एक्शंस गलत है, आपका थॉट्स गलत है, आपका पैशन गलत है, एंड इस ये आपको अटैच करके एंड इट विल कीप यू इन दिस साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ एंड डेथ. दिस इज व्हाट कर्मा डज. नाउ फाइनली मोक्ष लिबरेशन. जैन फिलोसफी का, जैन रिलीजियन का दैट ऑब्जेक्टिव इज लिबरेशन. गोल क्या है? जैसे अभिषेक ने बोला था, फ्रीडम फ्रॉम द साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ एंड डेथ. नेक्स्ट फिलोसफी अनेकांतवाद. अनेकांतवाद, that is many sidedness. So they are talking about anekantavada and sadvada. They are talking about they're talking about reality, the practical world, the reality that reality is, you cannot perceive reality in this lifetime. reality का इतना सारे sides होते हैं. what you might be saying is true, what I might be saying is true, but what you are saying is not completely true, and what I am saying is not completely true. Many sidedness होता है. this में इतना जानना है बस. this is what will come in the MCQs. that is, reality is complex. reality जो है, one second guys, reality जो है, it is complex. Reality is complex and it can be viewed from multi perspective. This is anekantavada. Okay, no single point of view can be claimed as absolute truth. Don't study more than this for this philosophy, anekantavada. Now sadvada, that is conditional. Everything is conditional. That is, every statement is true in some respects, and it is untrue or not true in some other respects. Syad, conditional. That is, sad means maybe हो सकता है. some topper says, I know few toppers, they say मैंने हिंदू पढ़ा ही नहीं है, newspaper I have not touched at all, I have studied only from the coaching material से मैंने पढ़ा था, PDF से मैंने पढ़ा, I have never read Hindu. Another topper comes and says, no, I read the Hindu. It is very important. Editorials, especially editorials जो होता है, it gives you the structure for your mains answer. It gives you lot of wisdom. Both are true, both are untrue as well. Conditional होता है. This is what sadvada means. Okay. Now the next philosophy. Don't go more deeper than this. Triratna. That is the three jewels. They are talking about right things. That is, right means samyak. Ardhamagidi में samyak है. Now they are using samyak. Okay. Right. Darshana. That is right. Faith है ना. Faith what? Faith in discipline होना चाहिए आपको. There is no creator God. Okay, there is something called as karma. There is something called as soul. जीवा होता है. Right faith होना चाहिए आपको. Right means samyak darshana. ठीक है. It is written like this. Samyak darshana. Okay. This is the first ratna, first jewel. Second क्या है? ज्ञान. That is right knowledge. The third ratna, the third jewel is right charitra, right conduct. And again, this conduct differs from different sects and all. Okay, Digambara के लिए अलग है, Shvetambara sect के लिए अलग है. We'll discuss all those things, how it is different. So all the three jewels, all these three ratnas are important for attaining liberation. Next philosophy of Jainism. The five vows. That is Mahavratas. ये 5 vows होता है for the monastics जो completely ascetic बन चुके हैं. दे वो त्यज कर चुके हैं all the happiness of their family, everything. They are in the monastery now, living the life of a monk and nun. And there is this is the 5 vratas for the monastics, for the monks. And there is also something called as अनुव्रतास for the lay people. तो ये 5 vows क्या होता है? Firstly, ahimsa, that is non-violence. Then satya, that is truthfulness. Then asteya, that is non-stealing. Then brahmacharya, that is celibacy. Then aparigraha, that is non-possessiveness. The 5 vows, Mahavratas. Then concept of God. We are almost done with Jainism. Councils देखना है, sects देखना है. Concept of God. हमने इसको डिस्कस कर चुका है. देर इज नो क्रिएटर गॉड नहीं है. सबको क्रिएट किया है. नो, देर इज नो क्रिएटर गॉड. देन व्हाट एल्स दे से? वो क्रिएटेड द यूनिवर्स. यूनिवर्स इज सेल्फ एग्जिस्टेंट, इट इज इटर्नल. ठीक है. कुछ गॉड्स हैं लाइक जिन्होंने मोक्ष प्राप्त कर दिया है, उनको बोला जाता है सिद्धास. राइट, सिद्धास, दैट इज लिबरेटेड सोल्स. उनको पूजा जाता है, आइडल वर्शिप भी किया जाता है बाय सम सेक्ट्स ऑफ जैनिज्म. बट दे आर नॉट क्रिएटर्स नहीं है. हम उसको पूछते हैं बिकॉज दे हैव अचीव्ड लिबरेशन गोइंग थ्रू डूइंग सो मच ऑस्टेरिटी, सो मच डिसिप्लिन. दैट्स वाई. ठीक है. दीज आर सम ऑफ द थिंग्स. नाउ let us understand some of the sects of Jainism, the sects of Jainism. हमारा क्लास का वैसे efficiency is very good. Actually, this is a 2 to 3 hours topic. We are completing it in 60 minutes. ठीक है. Now, there are two sects in Jainism, 2 main sects in Jainism. एक है Svetambara. The second one is Digambara. So, what happens is, during the time of CGM, Chandragupta Maurya, there was a leader, a Jain leader. His name was Bhadrabahu. Severe drought that time. So in the North India, so along with his followers, he traveled to South India. So these people would travel to South India. They go. I got little bit confused. So just let me reiterate it again. It has been a very stressful day for us. ठीक है. So what I was saying, 2 sects थे. ठीक है. Now let us learn about Digambaras first. It is कहाँ है? It is in South India. It is in Shravana Belagola, South India में, in Karnataka में, under Bhadrabahu. So वहाँ there was a lot of drought था, severe drought था North India में. So along with his followers, he traveled to South India. And इनका sect को बोला जाता है Digambaras. They did not wear any clothes. So what इनका philosophy क्या है? That monks should be naked. So why is it? Nakedness is a proof of conquest of sin. You are not having any lust anymore. Conquest of sin. That is why the Digambaras say Tirthankaras should be represented naked without any ornaments and clothes. Right. And what else they are saying? Mahavira, we just now saw that Mahavira had married to someone known as Yashoda, but Digambaras say Mahavira never married. He never married. And one more controversial thing they say, but उस टाइम के ethics के लिए वो ठीक था, but we should not look at the ancient society from today's point of view or today's ethical lens. So they say only males can achieve moksha or enlightenment. Women cannot achieve. Okay? And they also believe that the OG text of the Jainism was lost. OG text was lost. तो दिगंबरास कौन थे? During the time of Chandragupta Maurya, there was a Jain leader called as Bhadrabahu. There was a severe drought हो रहा था, so they traveled to South India. South India में कहाँ? कर्नाटका में श्रवणबेलगोला. तो इनके भी subsects थे. So this is where now UPSC is asking from here. यहाँ तक already UPSC has asked PYQs में. UPSC is asking from here the subsects of Digambaras. The first subsect, Visvapantis और Biswapantis. So इन्होंने क्या करते हैं? They did idol worship. They do idol worship of some minor gods like Bhairava. उनके सेक्ट में minor gods like Bhairava temples में रखते थे, and they cover these idols with saffron clothes and all, and they also worshipped of Bhairava plus Tirthankaras. They worship the idols of Tirthankaras as well. How they worship? Generally how the Hindus worship. हम flowers offer करते हैं, fruits offer करते हैं, vegetables offer करते हैं. ठीक है? Now why I said this minor god? There are certain minor gods इनके पंथ में. There is like क्षेत्रपाल हो गया, right? पद्मावती हो गया. Remember this now, Padmavati. These are minor gods. Now there is another sect called as Terapanthis. ये क्या अपोज कर रहे हैं? Now they are continuing idol worship. They are continuing idol worship only of Tirthankaras. They are opposing up minor gods को कैसे पूछ सकते हो when Tirthankaras are there. This is the difference between Vishwapanthis and Terapanthis. एक कौन है? Vishwapanthis and Terapanthis are the subsects of Digambaras. If you don't study this, if someone is not teaching you these concepts, they are cheating you basically. UPSC is asking from here. They are not asking when was Siddhartha born and all. They have stopped asking this years ago. This is what you should study. Now the next subsect of the Digambaras is Tarapanth. They did not believe in idol worship. है ना? They were against idol worship. Idol worship के खिलाफ थे तारापंथ. तो इतना काफी है सबसेक्ट्स में. नाउ लेट अस गो टू द श्वेतांबरास. इसके बाद एक ही कॉन्सेप्ट है, द काउंसिल्स, देन वी आर डन. सो मगधा में ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ Chandragupta Maurya, there was a severe drought. So Bhadrabahu and his followers came down to South India, Shravanbelagola, and they were called as Digambaras. But there was one leader here, Magadha mein, his name was Stulabhadra. He said, "No, let us not leave our hometown, है ना? Let us not leave our hometown. Let us stay here only, and let us wear white clothes. Shweta means white, fair, white clothes." So they were dominant in the north and western India, right? They believed that one important thing, they believed that women are capable of achieving moksha, enlightenment, nirvana, and they allowed women in their monastic order. उनके monasteries में Shwetambaras allowed the women. And do you believe? Do you remember the Digambaras said all the text of Jainism was lost? Shwetambaras say no. The text of Jainism still exists. हम प्रिजर्व भी कर रहे हैं उसको. ठीक है. इनके एक ही सबसेक्ट को हम पढ़ेंगे. इट इज नोन एज स्तनकवासीस. दे क्रिटिसाइज्ड इमेज वर्शिप एंड टेम्पल कल्ट. क्यों बोलते हैं इसे? सो लेट अस इंटरलिंक दिस. दे आर स्टिल प्रिजर्विंग द ओल्ड ओजी जैन टेक्स्ट. And इनका एक सबसेक्ट है known as स्तनकवासीस. They say that no, idol worship मत करो यार. Don't do this idol worship. Okay, don't do this idol worship because they are not mentioned in this original OG canonical text of Jainism. इसीलिए idol worship मत करो. इतना जानना है बस आपको. Okay. Now let us see the councils. ठीक है. Terrible famine broke out and all वो सब पता है हमको. नाउ द फर्स्ट जैना काउंसिल. It was convened at a place called as Pataliputra. By whom? By Stulabhadra or Stulabahu. He was the leader of whom? Stulabahu. He was the leader of Digambaras. Not the same person, different person. Stulabahu. He was the leader of the Digambaras at the 3rd century BC. And इन्होंने क्या किया? They divided the Jain canons into 12 angas or 12 parts, 12 sections at the, and this was accepted by Shwetambaras as well. And this angas was written in Ardha Magadhi Prakrit. Ardha Magadhi Prakrit. ठीक है. And यही से after this first council only that the split in Jainism began, because both this sect did not agree, both this sect did not accept with this compilation. कुछ differences आए. So from now onwards the Jains are classified into two groups, Shwetambaras and Digambaras. Shwetambaras, monks dressed in white, Digambaras no clothing at all, because conquest of sin. Now second council. So first council, 3rd century BC, Pataliputra, Stulabahu. Second council, second Jaina council, 512 common era में चल रहा है in Wallaby. Where is Wallaby now? Wallaby is in modern day Gujarat. ठीक है. And it was during which dynasty? It was during the Maitrika dynasty. And it was presided by Devardi Shema Sarmana. Now UPSC can ask this also. It is not that UPSC is asking only difficult conceptual questions. They can ask you such easy questions as well. लेकिन आपने revise नहीं किया था इसको. You have not revised this. So that is the thing. So UPSC can ask this also. So second council में क्या हुआ? What happened? The goal of this council was to collect the sacred text of this Jain canons. Jain का canonical text जो है उसको collect करना है and उसको write them down in a very systematic manners. ठीक है. So new addition to these 12 angas were made. It was known as upangas or minor sections. So this is about the Jaina councils. इसको याद रखना है by doing multiple revisions. Now the final concept, very important topic. Now you will participate in this. The differences. यहाँ से MCQs आते हैं differences से. Differences between Jainism and let's bring it in one sheet only. Concept लेते हैं इधर. Jainism. Now you will come in. I will ask you questions. Buddhism. ठीक है. Basic doctrine. Can you tell me the 4 noble truths of Buddhism? Can anyone tell me the 4 noble truths of Buddhism? I will tell you 4 noble truths. The world is full of, so Buddhism ka 4 noble. Sure, sir. Go ahead.
It's dukkha.
Okay.
Following samodhya, I think. Not sure about the word.
Okay.
Then nirodha.
Okay.
Then it's about ashtangika marga.
Correct. Life is full of dukkha, sufferings. And sufferings is because of this attachment, samyuda, and these sufferings can be removed remove हो सकते हैं, उसको निरोधा बोलते हैं. And how to end this suffering? By something called as ashtangika marga, that is the 8-fold path. Jainism में क्या है? There is something called as pancha mahavratas. Pancha mahavratas, that is truth, non-violence, non-possession, non-stealing, celibacy. So let us not go to the 8-fold path and 3 ratnas and all, because we have done that. So now let us go to the more interesting things, concept. The second one is belief in soul. Can you tell me, what does Jainism talk about soul? I will tell you about the Jainism, you tell me about the Buddhism. Jainism says that, because abhi we have discussed it. Jainism believes that there is an eternal soul called as Jiva. there is a soul. What does Buddhism believe?
Sir, it does not believe in the existence of soul. It is constantly changing. Buddhism believes it is changing,
Okay.
constantly changes.
Okay.
Momentariness, I think, a principle of momentariness,
Okay.
something.
Okay. Buddhism denies the concept of the self or soul, that is jiva. It denies it. Atman jo hota hai, it denies it. Rather, it proposes something called as anatta. Anatta. That means no self at all. Okay. Now, non-violence doctrine. We know non-violence. Let us not go there. Salvation, we know. It's like Buddhism talks about nirvana. The Jainism talks about kevalya. Now, let us come to the most important one, the concept of God. Okay, what does Jainism say about God? Jainism says that it recognizes the existence of God, but no creator God nahi hai. No creator God. Now tell me, Buddhism क्या बोलता है God के बारे में? This is important.
Sir, Buddhism में Mahayana Buddhism believed in existence. They made Buddha a god, but Hinayana Buddhism was not considering the existence of God. Sir.
Let's talk only about Buddha. Buddha ने क्या believe किया था?
Sir, Buddha didn't believe, I guess, in the existence of God. He believed in karma, theory of.
So Buddha was majorly silent on the topic of God.
Absolutely, he was a genius. उनके सभा होते थे ना, that councils होते थे, that common people used to come and talk to Buddha. Buddha used to answer them and all. And this is actually very well captured in the canonical scriptures of Buddhism. That time, Buddha, when some person used to ask, Buddha ji, what do you think about God? God ji होते हैं कि नहीं होते हैं? Buddha was silent that time. If Buddha, he was a very practical person. If he is not sure about the answer, he used to not answer about that. So Buddha, as Sir said, is right. He neither accepted nor he rejected the existence of God. He was more concerned about the individuals. Yes, someone is saying something. ठीक है, no issues. So he neither accepted, neither rejected. Now let's talk about karma. Now you guys tell me, what have you understood about karma with respect to Jainism? What does Jainism say about karma? I will tell you. Karma, according to Jainism, karma is a real substance. It is a real substance that can actually, it is entirely in the universe. आपका soul जो है ना, entirely in the universe में है. Entire universe में सब जगह this karma है. एक real substance है. अणु होता है, अणु जैसे atom. It is everywhere. And आपका soul जो है, it attracts आपका actions of the soul, rather not soul. The actions of your soul, the galat actions of your soul, the wrong actions of your soul attracts this karma. And karma आके आपको attach हो जाता है. This is what they mean about karma, Jainism. Now tell me, is karma accepted or rejected in Buddhism? Yes or no?
So karma is explicitly accepted in Buddhism. Sir.
Wonderful. And इसका interpretation क्या है? This interpretation is that it states that आपका past acts जो है, it determines your present. Your past acts, आपके past गलत deeds determines your present. So karma is accepted in Buddhism. Okay. Now position of women. Position of women. What do you think? Initially, let's talk about Buddhism. Initially, Buddha was opposed allowing women to join the Sangha or the monastic order. But after a repeated request of his foster mother, do you know who is foster mother? Gautami, his foster mother, and his chief disciple, Buddha ka chief disciple, Ananda, he finally agreed to bring women into the monastic order. Okay. And one more difference is there in Buddhism. With respect to the women, both Hinayana and Mahayana did not give very high regard to women. Okay? Both Hinayana and Mahayana did not give very high regard to women. What they said that women's, आप लोग women folk मेरे ऊपर गुस्सा मत होना. This is, I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. जो what is being said written in the canons of Buddhism, I'm saying, women's body is not suitable not suitable for enlightenment, nirvana or becoming a Buddha. ठीक है, both Mahayana and Hinayana. But there is a but. Then there is a very strong but. Vajrayana Buddhism. The Vajrayana Buddhism gives a very high importance on women, and there are many female bodhisattvas as well, like Tara, है ना, Manjushri. ठीक है, it provides equal opportunity to men and women. Now, coming to Jainism. Jainism is a bit more feminist in nature. It gives a central role in its to women. ठीक है, women को central role देता है, especially in the Shvetambara text and all. We can find female monks as well. ठीक है, I don't want to go really deep इसमें. So there is something called as Sola Sati concept. Sola Sati, that is 16 virtuous women of Shvetambara. Right, these are women folk, monks which have highest religious qualities and all. Now, very important thing, let us come to the Varna system. The final thing, the Varna system, differences dekh rahe. This is Jainism, yeah, it is Buddhism. OCD hota hai mujhe, 6. About the Varna system or the caste system. So, tell me guys, did Jainism or Buddhism condemn the caste system or not?
Sir, Buddhism was egalitarian in nature.
Okay.
And same goes for Jainism, I guess.
Okay. तो Buddhism, it actually condemn करता है. It goes out of its way and condemn करता है the jati system को, Varna system को. But Jainism, they specifically, explicitly do not condemn. तो ये सटल्टी के साथ खेलता है यूपीएससी. These differences you should. So I think we can wind up Jainism here. इतना काफ़ी होगा यूपीएससी के लिए. Then you have to read from the NCERTs, PDFs and all. ठीक है. And tomorrow you are having test guys. First test, Summit 100 program का first test. We'll decide how many questions should be there. I think at least 2 mains questions रखते हैं and 50 MCQs रहेगा, 50 to 100. We are not sure. But 50 तो minimum रहेगा. So tomorrow your first test होगा and 5 PM को Gargi ma'am would be taking the geography class. Then रात को PYQ class होगा. Then tomorrow we are having a leave. Sunday को क्या करना है? Revise करना है, test करना है और rest करना है. Tomorrow I think 9 AM or 10 AM we can have the first test. ठीक है guys, do you have any doubts, questions, suggestions, etc.? Otherwise, India, yes, someone is saying.
I have, I have another. I mean, like, it's not kind of advice, but I have a suggestion for.
Please.
So, like, yeah, the time is taking a lot, sir, because we cannot be able to watch the classes.
Okay.
So, along with studying, and for me, I am having optional tests for every 4 days.
Correct.
So it's a lot of syllabus to cover up with. So I cannot able to manage four classes every day, or like it's what it will be around 4 hours, right?
4 hours.
If it will be completed around 45 minutes, that will be great. Or under that will be great for. I mean, it will be on comprehensive manner. It will reduce an hour. Like it will be 3 hours per day is enough. I mean, like.
But if the problem is if we do 45 minutes a day, we can do what जो NCERTs में है उतना ही कर सकते हैं. We cannot go deep dive. And इसका like see look at it like a glass. So if we do the 45 minutes, no, we can do only this much. But ये सारे questions already UPSC पूछ चुका है. We have to do these questions, do these concepts as well. जहाँ से there is high chances of UPSC asking. Otherwise ऐसे कितना how many that marathons, that classes and all कितने पढ़े हैं यार YouTube में Telegram में and all. There are very good classes.
Yes.
हमको we want to do this. We want to focus on this. And इसके लिए time लगेगा boss. इसके लिए we cannot keep
Okay.
it. तो उतना ही 15 minutes extra ही ले रहे हैं. We have wound up entire Jainism in 60 minutes में. And we have done lot of deep dive stories, कहानियाँ, everything we have done. So that is the thing guys. वो थोड़ा आपको manage करना पड़ेगा. You have to stretch. That's what I was saying that day. The Safal in old Rajendra Nagar में I had visited to talk to UPSC aspirants and all when we were developing this project. So we have spoken to over 1,000 UPSC aspirants in the last 7 to 8 months में. And ORN में अभी क्या चल रहा है? They read somewhere between 80 to 120 pages. Fast reading, speed reading करते हैं. and somewhere between 8 to 12 hours they are studying. So इसको ऐसे करना है आपको for some 300 odd days only, not more than that. 300 odd days को थोड़ा sacrifice करना है आपको. I have to manage the time. But seriously, if someone is giving in 2027 में दे रहे हैं, then rather than 4 classes, do 2 classes, है ना. 100 days plan को 200 days plan में convert कर दो. But this is very beneficial. आप 100 days में इसको complete कर दोगे ना, then imagine आपका revision हो चुका है GS का, prelims का, mains का, दोनों का हो चुका है. Now again second revision चालू होगा जनवरी से फरवरी से. When this 100 days would be done by UPSC aspirants by the end of April, you have done it by January. Jan में हो चुका है आपका. So imagine the benefits you'll be getting. So थोड़ा push करो. That's what I say. Push yourself beyond the limit.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, no. Though,
Okay,
you know David Goggins. वो बोलते हैं when your brain is especially in the fitness parlance में हम बोल रहे हैं, when David Goggins says that when you're आपने 12 reps कर चुके हो, 5 सेट हो चुका है आपका, now your brain is saying give up, है ना. आपका ब्रेन गिव अप करने को बोल रहा है, बट एक्चुअली आपका यू हैव ओनली इट 40% ऑफ योर एफिशिएंसी. अभी 60% बाकी है. यू कैन स्टिल पुश योर सेल्फ बियॉन्ड योर लिमिट. वही है गेम, वही है. पुश योर सेल्फ बियॉन्ड द लिमिट्स. डू मोर. If someone is saying you इतना ही करो, इतना ही पढ़ो, इतना घंटे ही पढ़ो, they are doing it wrong. Even they are telling lies. Even the toppers. Do more. UPSC is pushing beyond the limits. कहाँ से पूछ रहे हैं? From where the questions are coming, no one knows. So when this is the scenario, what you should do? You should have a very broad horizon of knowledge. Do more, learn more. If you are doing 7 hours today, try to increase it to 10 hours. आप 10 hours कर रहे हो, 10 hours 15 minutes इंक्रीज करने को कोशिश करो. सो दैट्स इज माई ऑनेस्ट सजेशन. बिकॉज हमें रिग्रेट है ना, वी आर फॉर्मर UPSC एस्पिरेंट्स. हमें अभी लगता है वी आर पुट लिटिल मोर एफर्ट्स, और एक किताब पढ़ लेते, और थोड़ा कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ लेते, और थोड़ा लेक्चर्स देख लेते, और थोड़ा टेस्ट सीरीज ले लेते, हो जाता हमारा, फिलहाल हो जाता. सो आपको वो गिल्ट नहीं आना चाहिए. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग. ओके, टेक इट पॉजिटिव मैनर में ले लो. एंड एनी अदर डाउट्स?
Okay, sir. I got it.
So the test would be conducted for all 3 subjects or just history?
No, ma'am. All three combined test होगा.
Okay, sir.
ओके गाइस, इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया का T20 मैच चल रहा है, देखते हैं उसको. मिलते हैं PYQ सेशन में.
Okay, sir.
थैंक यू गाइस.
Thank you.
बाय.
Okay, sir. Thank you.